Okay, it's October 7th, 4:24 p.m. I'm going through this document of key content, and it has a good broad range of topics. I'll go through it and possibly add some things, possibly color in blue or purple, those things that I think would make particularly good topics right now. So the first topic is plants. Why should we care about plants? Now, how did this document originate? Well, it started off being questions, as in, for PowerPoint, I can ask a question and then I can provide bullet point answers to that question. I think that's still an excellent thing to do. So we'll see about that. But for now, I'm just going to talk through the points. So the first topic is plants. Why should we care about plants? So we care about plants because plants support wildlife. Herbivores eat plants, carnivores eat herbivores, etc. So your basic food chain depends on plants, but not just any plants. You look outside the window, everything is green. There's a lot of plants outside the window, but as it turns out, they're not the right plants for wildlife. We want to care about plants because of human health, and by this I mean, plants work best when they're put together in thriving ecosystems, healthy, abundant, diverse, thriving ecosystems. And as it turns out, that's important to human health. Humans are living things. Living things live in communities. Humans are no different. Human beings require a community of living things in order to live. And we're just really gambling right now with our own future because we are being cavalier about the well-being of other living things, especially ecosystems. Why should we care about plants? Well, plants can be a source of beauty. Plants can be a source of clean water. Plants can be a source of education. Plants can be a source of science. Plants can even be a source of economic development if we handle them right. So, on to the next topic, water. Now, I have a lot of good pictures of things that represent clean water, and I have good ideas about how those can be. So I'm going to put this in purple. I'm going to put that in purple because it's a priority topic. I could assemble a few things about water, but the thing is, how does water connect to the top 100 plants? Well, in order for plants to, I'm going to put in here the top one, how to get clean water. One is the top 100. So one is, communities of native plants. Riparian buffers, rain gardens, and then there's the question of why. I'm going to put dead zone and Gulf of Mexico. So that's a good review of that topic. This document is a total of 2,100 words. And how many pages? Well, it's 37 pages when the font is 25. But let's keep going. Trees. What trees do services provide? Well, trees clean the water. And so underneath one of those, I could say, how do trees clean water? How do trees clean air? How do trees provide oxygen? And ecosystems. Why do we need thriving? Why do we need thriving ecosystems? This is an important topic. I alluded to it for. Why do we need thriving ecosystems? Thriving ecosystems provide pest control, erosion control, a certain amount of food. Thriving ecosystems are necessary for wildlife. what's the current status of ecosystems? Now I'm going to digress for just a minute. Friday, I was all excited about the possibility of putting quiz questions into my documents and my Snagit videos. So in order to do that, I need to decide on some topics. I think I need to decide on the next 3 to 5 topics for blog posts and Snagit videos. And so I can come up here and say Control B, next 5 topics for 5-minute Snagit videos and blog post. I'm going to say top 100, what it is, why important. I could say ecosystems, could say oaks to have a specific topic. So ecosystems, why important, ecosystems, why important, how to help them thrive. And I think one thing, clean water. How is it that living things help provide clean water? And how do the top 100 plants play into that? The top 100 plants are, they're the angels. There's angels, devils, and couch potatoes. So that's 4 topics there. Ecosystems. And unlike before, if I use quiz questions, I can make those topics more engaging. So let's keep going down. This next 5 topics, I'm going to put that in purple. I might go over here and say new document, new Google Docs, next 5 topics. And I'm going to come in here and put it at 25 font for now. Go over here to key content. I'm going to go over here and next 5 topics. Continue that recording. So, next 5 topics. Plants. Maybe plants. And then give example. Plants, water, trees, ecosystems, recording. So come over here to the next 5 topics. So I've got I'm going to take the topic, the heading of next 5 topics. Did I just delete it? I'll be darned. I think I deleted next 5 topics. Well, I think I deleted. Okay, let's do a Z, Control Z, and then another Control Z. Okay, so got that back. And take next 5 topics over here. Have contents. And I'm going to delete everything above it. This recording might be gobbledygook to listen to, but I'm getting a lot done. Volunteers. Volunteers. How to organize volunteers. Invasives. Next 5 topics. Okay. So, invasives, is that going to be included in the next 5 topics? It'll appear somewhere. I don't want Wildlife. It's tempting for wildlife to be one of the next 5 topics. So I'll put that in there. Understanding that I can't develop an infinite amount of topics at once. I'll put that at the bottom. Go back. Plants. What are the right plants? What are the most... Okay, plants is one of my topics, so I'm going to put plants under next 5 topics. I've already got some plants in there. It's one of the top ones. Plants. Why should we care about plants? What are the right plants? Okay, I could do nothing but develop those topics, and that would be okay. Measuring success, water. So water is one of the topics. I might as well use this as an opportunity. First, I'll put them all in that document, and then I'll organize them together. And I'm going to put them all at the top so as to prevent confusion. So, native plant finder, woodlands, bushes, herbaceous, invasives, invasives. Invasives. It's an important topic. Important topic. Oaks. Next, I don't think oaks is going to be in my next 5 topics. But I like the way this is going. Wildlife preserves. What is the current status of our wildlife preserves? Well, that points to the need to have wildlife where we live, work, and play. So global warming. Yeah, I can't do pollinators, local economy, pollinators again. Offerings. What are my offerings? Attention environmental activists. Top 100 for professionals. Ecosystem services. That's one of my top 5 topics. Clean water. Leaf-eating insects, pest control, local versus global extinction, lawn, clean water. Birds. There's so many topics. I feel compelled to start with the general, and I need to watch, that'll work if I can give enough examples. Native plant finder. Why should I care? I'm most of the way through this document. Top 100. What's the top 100? That's one of my topics. Why are oaks ranked number 1? Forest. Deadwood, birds, water. There's another water topic. Dueling trees. I think dueling trees somehow that fits in there somewhere. Key content. Leaf-eating insects. Misinformation. Spreading the word. Offerings. Water. There's another water, and I think that's the end of the document. And it may be that the next 5 topics ended up with more than the original, I'll check that. I'm not going to be disturbed if it did. But okay, key content. I'm going to say Control-Shift-C. The old document has 1,300. I think maybe 1/3 of the words. Yeah, approximately. Well, between 1/3 and 1/2 of the words went into the new document. So, time-wise, okay, we're 14 minutes into this. I'm going to go down to the next 5 topics and put that at the top. maybe. Even though this document's not going to keep, well, it'll keep its shape. Home. Next 5 topics. Now I'm going to go through and consolidate everything that has to do with water. Wildlife preserve, clean water. There we go. Top 100. Why are plants important? Why are trees important? What's going to be my... there's another one. I was going to put this top 100 at the top. Invasives. This would be better if I were dealing with a smaller font. So let's do 10. Let's make it really small. Let's get small. And next 5 topics. Top 100. Invasives. That's an important topic. Ecosystem services. Ecosystems and ecosystems and ecosystem services. Water, clean water. For one thing, this program is not for people who are just too busy. This program is for people who can take some time out of their lives and do something that's fun and rewarding, but it's also important. Now, the top 100 is not for everybody. It's not for people who just want their garden to look nice and don't care about ecological health. It's not for people who want to outsource all of their landscaping and not be involved in it at all. It's not for the park manager who the board is not asking you anything about ecological health. They just want visitors to the park, and nobody knows or cares about the difference between bush honeysuckle and witch hazel, or nobody knows or cares the difference between the value and benefit of an oak tree versus a Bradford pear or a burning bush. So plants, why should we care about plants? And then there's water. Water goes up there. So I'm rearranging this some, and I'll get to the content more in a minute. Dueling trees. Dueling trees is a good supporting point for the top 100. And I'm going to go up here. Top 100 is and these 5 and so water, what clean air, clean water, food, mental health, invasives, wildlife preserves. One of the main things we can do with our wildlife preserves is remove invasives. Ecosystems and ecosystem services goes near the top. And does clean water go near the top? Plants is supposed to go near the top. Top 100. I think even before the top 100, you got to deal with plant. We're going to get to why the top 100 is important. But trees, trees is part of services provided by trees. Ecosystem services provided by trees. Ecosystems, why we need thriving ecosystems. And maybe the top 100, wildlife. I'm getting more to, okay, ecosystem services provided by trees, and then there's ecosystems, why we need thriving ecosystems. Okay, so I've been trying to put this in perfect order, and that might not be possible right now. So, but it is, the topics are basically consolidated. And I want to put plants at the top. Plants, ecosystems, water, top 100, invasives, wildlife preserves, wildlife. So wildlife should go near the top. So plants first, home, plants, and then wildlife, and then ecosystem services. Okay, so I'm going to put these topics in order. Plants, wildlife, ecosystem, services, ecosystems, water, and the top 100. That's 6 topics. So plants, let's see if I have this in order going on. Plants, wildlife, ecosystems, and ecosystem services, ecosystems, and ecosystem services. What is it? What is it? What is it? What do we want to create? So that's 6 topics. I think that's a good job. And I think I will, how many minutes are we into this? So that's just been the editing. I'm going to turn that back up to about 20. I'm going to see how many minutes we are into. Okay, we're 23 minutes into it. I'm going to talk this through up to 30 minutes. Okay, next 5 topics. Actually, I'm at a good stopping point.